there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today we're back on our Christmas journal, and from now on it's going to be, for me, full on Christmas because I have finished filming my autumn journal videos and they're just ready to be edited and scheduled. So now I can just, it's Christmas Central in here now. Doesn't really make things easier because I just seem to have more mess, but at least it's all Christmas mess. So what I want to do today is start working on the other side of our accordion journal. And the first thing I want to do is a bit more work on this second cover. It could be called the back, but I actually like to think of cover number 2. So I want to decorate it up a bit. So the first thing I feel like I want to do is put something down this edge. And straight away, I couldn't think of anything else to put on here but this pom-pom trim, which I'm really enjoying using this year. So I thought I would put it along this edge. I just like it there. So that's where I'm going to start because I know that's what I want to do. I kind of have an idea of what else I want to do, but we're just going to just see how it all works. And talking of works, I'm hoping my rather thick, I don't know why it's got so thick, fabric glue, it just looks like there's a big lump of glue right in the top of the bottle there. I don't know if that's the problem, why it's not coming out very well. Have a quick look. No, can't see anything. Right, let's just see if we can make this work because I think I need this really stronger glue for the pom-pom trim. Look at that. I'm not going to lose that pin, am I? Just glued itself to my nail. Don't think I want it to stay there though. So I hope you're all well. It's still early November, so I guess for a lot of people it won't. Christmas won't necessarily, if you celebrate Christmas, won't necessarily have started doing any Christmas projects, but because I know I've only got to the end of this month to get things done. Got the surgery at the end of the month. Quite a major operation. At least it's not as major as it used to be, but I still think it will take a lot out of me. Not looking forward to it at all. But it's got to be done. One of those things has to be done. Yeah. Right, I think it's coming out now. Once it starts, it's okay. It's just getting it started for some reason. Right. Just putting it right along the edge. Whoop. Oh, it's got pulled up. And I've got a little bit of glue sort of flicked across there a bit. Whoop. Right. I think we're... Yep. Try and get it pretty straight. Okay, lovely, good start. So I was thinking I wanted a Father Christmas on here. I have a Father Christmas kit called, I think it's called Here Comes Santa Claus by Ginger Journals, and I have got almost all of them. I bought this last year and I've been fussy cutting ever since, it feels like. Well, I did a lot of them last year. I haven't done many more this year. I've got a couple more sheets to do. But I've got a couple of nice options, I think, to go on this one. I think this is one of them. He looks like he's running away. Don't want him. I think he's the other one. So they got their sack of parcels, and obviously there's a lot of parcels on the top here. Kind of like him because he's pointing at the 25th. I get him positioned right, so he's quite good. And then this fellow I also like. He's just being very jolly, and he has his parcels all spilling out of his bag. Tough choice. This one's been fussy cut a bit more closely. I feel like this one needs a little bit more of a trim up. Can be inked. I think I might just... I just kind of like the way he's pointing at the 25th of December, like that. So to say, that's when to expect me. So maybe I'll just go round him a little bit more with my scissors and ink him up, and then I think he can go on there. I think, much as I like the other fellow as well, I think he, just because he's pointing here, I think he works really well. I did start to ink him up, and then I thought, well, actually I'm not sure I'm going to use him yet, and I'm not sure how much it will need it, so I think I will trim it down just a little bit more. Okie dokie, so he's all ready to go on here. I think I need to position him right there so he points at the 25. Got some stray bits of paper. Just got to decide whether I want to put something down the bottom here. So also I thought this looked a little bit bare at the top, and I was looking for a nice big label, one of the Roxy Creations labels, but I couldn't find one I liked. So what I did do, then I went into my Tim Holtz box to see what I could find in there. So I have got, because I wanted to do some sort of Christmas greeting of some sort at the top here. So I've got Christmas, and I mean I pulled out a whole bunch of things. If I could pick it up, I quite like this because it says a Merry Christmas with a bell. I quite like that. I just wonder if it stands out enough. I feel like it kind of blends in with all the other, because it's got the holly behind it, and it's almost like it doesn't stand out enough. I mean, I could back it, but then it gets a bit too much. The other one I had thought of, well, I thought, not that, that's too big. I was thinking about this. I wasn't sure if that would work. I could put that there, because originally I was going to put it there, but then I had one of the Santas kind of here, and I thought, oh no, that doesn't work, but actually he looks better over here anyway. So that would work. That's an option. Compliments of the season. Kind of like that. That's definitely an option. That's my problem. Too many options. And then I had Christmas... I can never pick this thing up. Christmas cheer, one of these flashcardy things that comes with the... And I thought I could do Christmas cheer like that. Move it along a little bit, because I do like how the Christmas really pops from the page. And then I was just looking for something to finish that off. I've got this flower. Not sure if that's going to quite do what I want. Is that going to go like that? And then can I put that right under there? I mean, I could cut this Christmas cheer down. There's rather a lot of space above it, but it could just tuck behind there. Just feels a bit too much around it. But I kind of like that, I think, because I like the way this really pops from the page. Because it's the hard base cover, I wouldn't put it in the journal, but as a cover, even though we're going to be opening it up like that, it's not going to impede anything going on here. Of course, now I've lost it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I do like this, but this could be used somewhere else, I'm sure. So he's going to go on first. I was wondering about whether to put anything beneath his feet. That's what I wasn't quite sure about. I have this gold lace that I used on the front, the other front. I'm just wondering whether to pop that kind of behind him, just to give that a little finish. I do like that. I do like that there. So I think that's what I'll do there. Put a little bit of lace, have it just hanging off the bottom just a touch. I don't really want it right off the bottom because it's going to be standing up, so got to be careful where I put it. So I think I'll put that on next. So it's just sitting at the bottom. I think that'll be fine there. Because I don't want it to be kind of curled up because it's sitting on the lace. But I do like it down there. So let's put the pin back in. So what I always forget to do is put my pins back in my ribbon and my lace, and then they will start to unravel. And then we'll put him on here. Let's do that. Right, let's get his finger right. Okay. Oop. Okay, and I need to cut this down a bit. Straight as that. Don't think I cut that very straight. It's quite tricky to do it with the cutter. Because of it being so small, perhaps I'll just trim it with my scissors. Risk getting it straight. Just the bit that's not straight. It's this top bit. It's only a little tiny bit out, but just draws the eye. Although it's probably going to be tucked under the word, isn't it? Christmas. Right, let's... Oh, am I going to use... Yeah, I might use the other ink, the aged mahogany. Oh. I think I'll use this to go around here. Just with a very light... Oh, no. No. Got to do the corners first. They need those corners rounded again. Here, I can feel it resisting. Okay. Right, so we do there. Where's my Christmas gone? Oh, it needs inking. Don't want to put the red on this one though, that won't work. Don't even know if I want to put much in the way of brown really. Very light. There's Miss Cheer. Put my flower on. Put the flower on first and then I can put everything else with it. Tuck that under it. A little bit. Wasn't sure I'd ever get to use this flower. I've had it in my flower box for a very long time. Right, plenty of glue on there. That up in that corner. Hope I'm not going to eat my words and find it's really annoying having this on here when I'm working in the journal. I could do. It's quite easily done. I think what I'll do is put a little bit of glue across the top of Cheer. And attach Christmas to it. And then I can see where that's got to go. Yep. Tuck that in there, not so we completely lose the C. Okay, there. Good. Like that. Okay, so now I'm happy with this second cover. I like how that's turned out. Let's start adding pockets inside. So I've got a pile of things. Oh, one thing I was going to try. I think I found the tag that belongs in, where are we? Let's close this up. That belongs in here. In this pocket here, I think, and I think that it goes really well, which is why I think it went with this, because this is from the Stampera paper pad I was working with last year, which is what this pocket is made from, and I think this is the tag that goes with it, and it goes so well with all these colours. Fantastic, happy with that. So that's the tag. That's all complete. Fabulous. Right, let's start doing pockets now. On the other side. Oh, lost a page. There we are. So we need something to go on here. I'll have a look, see what I've got. I've got a bunch of things. I'm just wondering about this belly band on here, because I'm thinking the colours would work quite well. And again, it's all complete. It's got its own journal card. Although it does not go terribly well with that one, this journal card, but it's hidden most of the time, so I won't worry about that. And then all we need to do is find something to go behind the belly band. So that may well go on there like that, and then we can put something behind it. I've got large journal cards, or I may have to make one, but that's not a problem. Oh, I know what this was for. This was the 50 Stack Challenge when I was doing splattering, I think. I think this was gold splatter. Because I can see there's gold splatters. And if you can even see that on this belly band. So I think that's when I can't remember what I made this for, but I knew it was for something to do with 50 stack challenge. Right, so that's going on there at the moment. And let's just move along, see what else we can add, because sometimes it's quite difficult when the papers are so pretty. You don't want to cover them up. So I've got a few things that I can use. Whoop, never getting to slide. So I showed you these before, I still haven't used them yet, but they might go on one of these really busy pages. One of these. I like him. December. I like both of them really. That will go quite nicely on there. Yeah, I quite like that there, but we'll have to do some work on this to make it more interesting. I have got my flip out envelope. Got a few other things I made as part of the Roxy's Weekly Challenge last year, so they may make an appearance. So this needs to be attached like that. Would it go on there? I'm thinking it might go best. Let's just fold this up a bit. So I'm wondering whether it would go nicely on here. That flips out. And then we can put something here to cover that. I could put that on there. Will that be... Oh, it only just fits. I have to put it right on the edge, I think, for it not to impede. Or would it go on here? I mean, I could put it on any of these pages really. Just a case of where I think it looks nice. And then we open that up. What can I put on there? It's beginning to tear, I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to have to put a strip of something decorative there. Could be a piece of ribbon, a piece of paper. There. Or get myself in a bit of a pickle. Or there. I kind of like it on the music, I think. Sorry, I'm trying to get this so that it lies flat. It's a case of which bits do we pull out. Right, everything's going to fall off in a minute. So I think I want to put that there. I might glue it on and then we can see how we finish it, and I shall probably put a pocket inside there. So, or do I want to decorate this up a bit first? I will do. I will want to decorate this up a bit, but I'm just getting the idea of where it needs to go first. Alright, so that's going to go there. We've got our Santa thing, we've got our belly band. So where else do we want something? We want something, let's try and keep under control of this. I want something on here. So I have a few options, but I don't think they're all going to work. That's definitely not going to work. I may not use that in here because it wasn't aimed at here. It's very bright and maybe the colours don't really work. Don't want to use that because I've used one of those. I have this, doesn't work on here. Would it work on any of the other pages? Might work on the back one. I'll think about that. Now I've got these couple of vellum, made from vellum and not sure which paper. I think it was a RachandBellaCrafts paper, but from a different kit. And I made them, well, they were part of Roxy's Weekly Challenge, made them into little bags with a flap. And that's rather nice. And then you can put something in it and it's visible. So either this one, which I don't know if it would go so well. I'm just wondering about... I've got this one. Could I position it so we don't lose her? No. Could put it on here. Might go a bit better on this one. Got any others I might want to put it on? No. So there's this one. Let's see how it looks if I fold it up. Got that one. Or this one. It's got a lot of blue. I wonder, actually, thinking about it, going back to the beginning, no, I don't want to cover up that Christmas tree, do I? Okay, won't put it on there then, because it probably would go quite well on here. Colours would go really well. But I don't want to cover up my Christmas tree. How sad is that? I might put a corner pocket here so we don't lose it all. So no, I'm not going to put that there. So I could... So this is really the only one available to put it on, because then I would have to cover up my deer if I did this one. That's the problem with using pretty papers like this with a lovely image on. You have to be careful of that, because then you don't want to cover them up. I think I might put that one on here. That might work okay. So, and I think this one will go on here. Yes, I do. I think that'll be okay on there. So really I've only got this one to put something on. And the Christmas tree at the front. Oh, and this little girl. Let's see. Well, I'll consider what I do with those. Let's work on the ones that we have decided. Fold that in. Hold them up, and then we'll... I don't know if I'll get them all done. Oh, excuse my throat. I don't know if I'll get them all done today, because once I start decorating it always takes me ages. But I don't have to worry about this one because it's all done. So I'm going to put this one on. Okay, we've got glue that one down. And we'll come back another time and make things to go in these pockets. So I have got another option for a pocket. I don't know. This is an envelope from the kit that I printed out. Then I decided I'd print something on the back, because then when you fold it up it's nice to have it lined. But I chose that, and I didn't, because I can't remember what I put in the printer, what I was printing, and I don't like it with the envelope. I don't think that would go. I didn't really think about that. So what I'm thinking was this would make quite a nice pocket. I could cut this flap off. I might just try that. It's not terribly... It's not such thick paper as I've used for some things. So I'm thinking I might just use my trimmer. So I'm just thinking about this pocket because it would be more or less ready to go. And it might work in one of the places where I haven't got a pocket. Let's quickly do that. And I need to decorate something and get that finished. So I'm just going to trim it off to leave myself a little bit to fold over to reinforce it because it's not that thick. And I need to make a bit of a gusset at the bottom. And actually, could almost make that into a pocket as well, couldn't you? Could do. Would make a pocket. I've not got a shortage of pocket type things in the kit. So, let's finish the job. And the other side. Slot that in there. Get rid of these bits. And all I need to do take these off and just angle that a little bit. And do the same here. Angle that a bit. That a bit. So if I turn this over, I might just try and score it gently just to help me with the fold. Right. Let's just even when I score these, I don't always get them straight. Just got to get it lined up. Right, that doesn't look quite right there. Right, so then we have a rather nice pocket, which I think I'd like to use somewhere as well, possibly. And there was another thought I had. Got a glassine bag. I've got two different sizes. I might use one of those. So I'll glue down the top of the pocket to make it a bit sturdier, because it's not super thick. It's not flimsy paper by any means, but I normally would print a pocket on my thickest paper that I use, and this isn't. So let's see if there's anywhere it will go, because I've not got many spots left, have I? Unless I change it for something else I'll put on there. But it would pretty much be ready to go then, wouldn't it? Alright, let's pop you back in there. So would that go in here? It's quite a nice opener for the journal, or for the back of the journal. And you've still got some of the Christmas tree, so that is a definite option there. No. I actually think it's too busy for there. I quite like the slightly understated, although I will put a bit of extra something on here, but I quite like how that is on there. could put it there, but then you've got two pockets the same. I don't really like doing that. So, was I going to put that one there? I guess this would also go on here quite well. Quite like that on there. Or, would it go, if I were to make that a flip, could it go as my pocket inside the flip, or is that going to make it a bit, ooh, it's a bit tight. No, that's not really going to work because it's a bit too close. So this is too big to do that with. I'll have to use a smaller one for in there. So I kind of like it there, I think, rather than than this one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so that's going to go there, and that's pretty much finished apart from a bit of inking and thumb notch in there, I think. So and then I've just got to think of what to put here. I do have some glassine bags. Maybe a small one would be nice. Let's see. Nope. I forget to use them a lot of the time. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to cover him up like that. No, I don't think I want to do that. Could I use it on my Christmas tree? If I put it to one side like that. Still covers too much up. I'm not happy about it. No, no. I'll find something I can use on there. Get this wet thing bit off away from everything. Yeah, I'm sure there's things I can do. Right, so where are we? I want to decorate this. And I want to finish that. So let's do those two things, shall we? See how we get on. Running out of time, of course, as usual. So this one needs very little. Thumb notch. Make sure I centre it over the over the Mary. Oh. And yeah, I might use the aged mahogany just to give it that little vintage red look around the edges. And that's it, good to go. I'm going to put it in. Then it's done. It's going on here. It was on here, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, it was. It's going on there. Glue, glue. Wait, I put it. There it is. So, see how many pockets I can squeeze into this journal, considering that it hasn't got many places to put pockets. Okie dokie. Lovely, like that. Right, now we need to going to decorate the back of this. I'm going to ink it a bit first. No, I'll have to ink it after I've decorated it. I'm not going to completely cover, but I do want to put some paper on there, and I think I want to go Roxy Creations paper. I haven't been using that so much. Let's see what we've got. whole load of them there. Here, just pull them out and see what I can find that I like the look of. I have to find the new ones from this year. Some of these I haven't forgotten I had. Well, I think I've probably got enough pulled out there to be able to do something. I may only use one piece. So I'm kind of liking this one with the Santa on it. I want all of Santa. I'll just go on there like that. Let's just take a little bit more off here. It's always the little tiny bits that are hardest to pull off, I always find. So I could put that there. No, I still need a little bit more off here. Alright, that'd be fine there. And I think ink around that. What else can we use? No, don't want that. I saw some music on one of these sheets. I fancy a bit of music. I think music always works very well for Christmas. Christmas things. Now, where did I see that? I knew I had a bunch of scraps somewhere. They're all buried in this pile. Some of them are all falling out. Okay. I do have... I've got this bit of music just fallen out. I thought I saw some music on one of the pages, but I didn't. Don't know where this comes from, but it's from somewhere. Does it go... Could it go down there? This piece that I like as well. Oh, put my pin in. Naughty, naughty. Okay. That can go there. That can go there. And found this piece which I rather like. It could go across the top. Let's get my ruler. Right, so I tore that piece off the top of that Roxy Creations paper, and I rather like that there, but obviously it's got to be torn down a bit, so I think I'm going to, goes kind of there, so if I kind of tear it along here, hopefully that will fit across that pocket, the edge of that envelope pocket. I'm going to have to tear it that way. Like that. I'll go across like that. And then we'll bring that in at this side. Okay, so that will go there. Lovely. And this one will go down here. And I decided that in this little corner I wanted this little piece, sort of slightly lacy piece there. And I might add that bit of music just over there afterwards. So this is the one that needs to go on first. Just check I have got the size right. I might need to actually bring it over a bit more. I might just trim it with my trimmer, just because it's too close to the edge of that opening. Just going to bring it back a touch. Didn't really need to be torn anyway on that side. I may not have cut enough, I hope I have. Only did a tiny bit, didn't I? But that's just enough. It was just enough. Don't need to ink the bottom because it's going to be covered up. Right, so let's glue that on. Oh, no, it's going to go that way. So right up to that edge and right into that corner. Here we are. Doesn't need to be absolutely perfectly up to the edges. I'd rather it was slightly away from the edge than going over it. And then we'll put this little piece on here. Trying to find a bit that's not gluey. Gonna put that down there. And Mr. Santa going right up there. Yep. Oop. My little card. Make sure he's. Sorry about my arm reaching across. I'll just get my little card just to make sure it's smoothly glued. Okay, and I've just got this piece here, so I just wonder whether this. Where's it gone? I lost it now. I had that bit of music, didn't I? Whether to put that on, there it is. Whether to just, still not quite right. I want a little bit of music there. Or should we look at the Roxy Creations labels? Maybe I can put a little label down there. Oh, I've got them in front of me. Excuse my arm again. Because I've got my book with the labels in. I think there's a few that I have used a few of these, so I might need to do some more printing of these. And I don't want a huge one, but that's even a bit too big. Come in 3 sizes, so let's see if we can find one that looks good. That might look quite nice there. Is that upside down? Yes, it is. Yes. Quite like that, and it's got the angle, so that might go right now quite nicely up to the edge. I think I quite like that one. Let's see if there's any others that... Oh, this has got a bit of green. I wanted a bit more green on here. That's nice. Yeah, that's the one. Whoops. Yeah, all good wishes for a happy Christmas, like that. I don't even think I want to add the red around the edge. I'm going to add vintage photo. You can overdo the red. I know it's hard to imagine that at Christmas, to overdo it, but I'm going to put that one on that spot there. Best to glue it on the back, don't you think? Oh, it's chucking it down with rain now. My poor hubby's, he might be having his lunch, but he's doing his gardening volunteering this morning at Rest Park, which is an English heritage gardens place. I've talked about it before, and this is his day to spend doing that. But I think when the weather goes like this, sometimes they'll take the opportunity to go and have their lunch. So that's nice. I like that. Yep. So we now have that as a flip. I could ink along here a little bit, and I could ink along the edge of this pocket. Of course, I've got it on the inside as well. Oh well. Maybe I'll have to line it now. Oh dear, never mind. Oh well. I always do things like that. Ink before I think. Not ink and think, ink before I think. And then I get it in the wrong place. Maybe I'll put a little something along there just to line it. Just glue this back down where it didn't quite stick. Right. So, okay. Let's put it in. Let's get rid of that. No, not that way. Is that getting... Yeah, no, that's fine. That's got to go this way. And where are we putting that one? We're putting that here. Oh, my printer's just sprung into life. I'm not sure what it's trying to do. It was doing some printing, and then I think the last thing it was supposed to print, it failed to print. It just kept printing little bits of it and then spurting it out. So maybe, yeah, it's definitely not happy. Okay, So that's going to go there. So I'm going to glue that in. Thought for a minute, a horrible minute, I'd done all this upside down, but no, it wasn't upside down. That wouldn't have surprised me, but it would have been a bit of a nasty shock. Right, so I'm going to glue that on, and then we can cover it up next week and put something else in there. And then we'll have to find some things to make something, or find something to go in the pocket. Right, I want it to be nice and flat. It's going to have to be quite near the edge so it doesn't catch. Let's fold it, make sure it's in the right place. And pull this out. Everything is catching, that's it. Okay, so it will close, that's not impeding anything, that's good. Right, okay, let's just make sure we are well glued down here. And then we'll stick something, cover it up with something down here. I haven't got any washi tape wide enough, and that would still show through, so I'm sure we'll find a nice piece of decorative paper to put down there, or some sort of trim. So I think that's all I've got time for today. Time goes so quick, but I have put a couple of things in, and we have done some work on the cover, so let's just close it up. Oh, good grief, come on. I think it's this one at the back here. I may need to put some sort of closure on that, because that is catching. She's flipping out. It's all going on. Right, this has got to go in again. Right, so we've finished off the back cover, added the belly band, figured out that we want to put that in here. Don't know what's going on here yet. We've got our pocket that was originally an envelope, but I like it much better as a pocket, and I like it on here. Then we've got our flip out envelope, now decorated the back of, and we're going to come and work on some more, doing some more of that. And I think we've figured out that we want to put, possibly, not set in stone, but that could easily go on there. So that is all we've got time for today. So we're getting there, bit by bit. I'll keep working on it, keep adding things as I think of it, or decorating it. I might add some twinkles, my Cosmic Shimmer twinkles. I might add to the two covers to make them a bit sparkly, because I do like a bit of sparkle at Christmas. But I think that makes sense for me to do that off camera, because otherwise it won't be dry. So I will see you again very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye for now.